Set the width of the document to 1993 pixels and height to 253 pixels. Select the mountain and drag in a file. Resize it by pressing Ctrl+T. Drag the sky image in our file. Drag the layer below. Resize it. Duplicate it by pressing Ctrl+J. Right click and select Flip Vertical. Hold Shift and drag it down. This is the reflection of our sky. Let's make it blur. Convert it first to smart filters so that we can change the filter whenever needed. Add Gaussian blur of around 5 pixels. And add motion blur around 25 pixels, angle 0. Select the mountain layer, duplicate it and flip it vertically. Hold Shift and drag down. Decrease it by height a little. Do the same as we did for the sky layer. Apply Gaussian and motion blur. Make the changes in the amount as required. Clear the background pixels and drag the image in a file. Press Ctrl+T and resize it. Place it like in the middle of the mountain. Keep the layer below both the mountain layers. Add a color overlay, white color, and change the blend mode to screen and opacity around 50%. Also add outer glow, color white, opacity 50%, size around 100 pixels, blend mode screen. Inner glow, color white, opacity 50%, blend mode normal, size around 35 pixels. Duplicate the layer. Flip it vertically and drag it down. Double click on the layer to enable blending options and select Layer Mask Hide Effects. Add a layer mask and clear the pixels visible above the mountain. Convert it to Smart Filter and apply Gaussian and Motion Blur. Decrease the opacity of the layer around 70%. Select the mountain layer, go to Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, clip it first and decrease the brightness, say around -90. Apply hue saturation, select Colorize, set hue around 200, saturation around 30, and lightness around -10. Add a new layer above, clip it, foreground color to white and brush over the mountain to give a light effect. Now add a new layer below brightness and contrast, foreground color to black and brush at the below end of the mountain to give the darkness effect. Copy the same brightness and hue saturation layer to the mountain reflection layer. Clip them both. Also apply light and dark effect to the reflection layer. Drag the boat in a file. Keep the layer at the top. Press Ctrl+T and decrease the size. Go to Adjustments and select Brightness and Contrast. Clip it first and decrease the brightness. Add a new layer above, clip it and apply light effect. Foreground color to white. Change the blend mode to overlay. And also apply darkness effect at the below end. Duplicate the boat layer, select the below layer, flip it vertically and drag it down. Apply the same brightness and contrast effect and apply Gaussian and motion blur. Select the water pixels using rectangular marquee tool. Drag in a file. Keep the layer above sky reflection layer. and change the blend mode to soft line. Press Ctrl+T and resize it. Use clone stamp tool to clear the stones near the board. Add a new layer above, foreground color to black. Decrease the opacity of the brush and brush at the below end of the stones. Decrease the size of the comet and place it near the moon. Duplicate it for its reflection. Flip it vertically and drag it down. Convert it to Smart Filter and then apply Gaussian and motion blur effect. Decrease the opacity of the layer around 70%. Select the sky layer. Go to Adjustments, Gradient, select preset Black to Transparent, angle -90°, and decrease the opacity to 40%. Select the sky reflection layer and apply the same gradient. This time keep the angle to 90°. Clip the layer to the reflection and decrease the opacity to 20%. Select the top layer, go to Adjustments, Color Lookup, Soft Warming, opacity 70%. Add a new layer below mountain layer. Foreground color to black. Decrease the opacity of the brush and brush at the ends to give a dark effect.